All right, running right along here. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park. His debut album. I love this album so much. It's got so many classic songs. The original version of Blinded by the Light. Mary Queen of Arkansas. Lost in the Flood, one of my favorite Springsteen songs ever. And Spirit in the Night, which is my favorite Springsteen song ever. If you haven't heard that, it's so good. And if you haven't heard this album, it's so good. You have to check that out immediately. So yeah, really great stuff. I mean, I'm sure I don't have to tell any of y'all that. Y'all all know. Alright, up next is some Frank Zappa. Mothers of Invention. The Weasels Rip My Flesh LP. This album's great. I love Frank Zappa. He had such a awesome sense of humor in his songwriting, and I have some more Mothers of Invention album. I just don't have them with me. So, and like I said, I'll show everything that I'm not including in this video or these videos, just because I don't have everything with me. It's just what I have. But really, really good album. If you haven't heard this, it's awesome. It's sort of the beginning of Frank Zappa's. Well, I don't want to say weirder stuff, but more jazzy stuff, because there's stuff like Freak Out and Hot Rats and everything like that. We're a little more straight ahead psychedelic rock stuff, but well, no, that's not true. Hot Rats was pretty jazzy, but yeah, I mean, I love Frank Zappa, one of the best psychedelic jazz fusion artists that ever was. Great guitar player, and the way he wrote songs was revolutionary. It was great. All right, up next is Moonshake 12-inch by the band Can. For those of you that don't know about Can, they were a German krautrock band from the late 60s, early 70s that put out some amazing, amazing albums. This is just a 4-track 12-inch that I got. I just got it recently. Actually, it just came in the mail a few days ago. I love the way it looks. It's so cool with the silver and turquoise and the guys on the mountaintop there, or whatever it is. And there's Domo Suzuki, of course, a singer, vocalist, and songwriter of the band. Man, they came out with some great stuff. If you haven't heard them, Tago Mago's great album. Yeah, everyone knows that album. Paper House. It's a big song off of that album. Really, really good stuff. All right, moving right along here. Big Star's debut album. I love this album so much. Of course, Alex Chilton, rest in peace. Chris Bell, rest in peace. They're both passed on now, but this was their first collaboration. And I think the way that they went about recording this album was Chris Bell would write a song, and they would record it, and then Alex Chilton would write a song, and they just kind of went back and forth like that. They were the primary songwriters. But if you haven't heard this album, it's a must have. So huge and influential on so many people that came later than them. Because this album was 72, and it sounds like pretty much every rock band that came out in the late 70s, because they all heard this, and it's like that classic saying, like, whoever heard this album, bought this album, like, I think it didn't really sell that many copies at the time, but whoever bought this album, formed a band, and that kind of thing. But yeah, a classic album. If you haven't heard it, it's great. All right, up next here, Astral Weeks by Van Morrison. I love Van Morrison, and I love them. His band out of Australia I think the rest of the band was Australian, but he was Irish. I don't know how that worked exactly. But, yeah, Irish singer and songwriter. Astral Weeks is probably his finest record. Sweet Thing, Cyrus Avenue, great songs. Moondance is great, too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's a little more jazzy and more horn section in the songs and things like that. And then Tupelo Honey's really good too. He's got a lot of good material, actually. I like the guy a lot. But this album is the only one I own of his, and I think it's really great. Really cool album cover too. Yeah, there's that. All right, we're going to talk about this one. Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. I don't know how many people who are watching this video are Pink Floyd fans, but I'm not a big Pink Floyd fan. I gotta be honest. I have this album because it was my dad's, and I guess it was passed down to me. It's pretty good. I mean, I love this. Actually, I do love this album, because I've listened to it so much over the years, and maybe that's why I'm talking shit about it, just because I've heard it running into the ground. But I really don't like a lot of other Pink Floyd. I like Wish You Were Here, and I like Metal. I can't stand The Wall. I'm sorry, people probably hate me for saying that, but I'm not a fan of that album at all. So this one is pretty good. Musically, it's pretty awesome. They had some really cool recording techniques they were working with, and I think this is right when they picked up Roger Waters, because before this he wasn't in the band, I believe. I'm not certain about that, but yeah, like I said, not a huge fan, but this is a good album, and everybody has a copy. I think it's still like the highest selling album of all time or something like that. Whatever. All right, last one here for the older stuff. I actually found this the other day, which was kind of cool. One of my favorite movies, because I love Dennis Hopper and I love Jack Nicholson, and of course it's the Easy Rider soundtrack. Some really good songs on here. If 6 Was 9 by Jimi Hendrix. 2 Steppenwolf tunes, which of course Born to Be Wild is one of them. Goofy song. But The Pusher is the other Steppenwolf song, which is a great drug song. This is a great drug movie. It's really great. If you haven't seen it, you definitely have to. Here's an awesome picture of Jack Nicholson smoking a joint. And there's Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper actually wrote this movie, and did he direct it? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember, but he did write it. But yeah, great movie and really good soundtrack too. Good old psychedelic and motorcycle rock music. All right, I guess I'll go ahead and stop this video, and my next ones will be more of the more modern stuff that I have. So we'll move on from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Sticking in for whatever this is that I'm trying to do. Just trying to burn through these, so we'll have more interesting videos up later. But thanks for watching if you are. Thank you.